What if Deku was King Sombra? We start this off at Deku's middle school. Deku was bullied constantly by his peers. Bakugo would always bully him. And when he was little, he heard small thoughts, like a voice in his head when he was young, saying fight back, all that, but with small thoughts. He couldn't really make them out, and he didn't want to do that. When he got older and wanted to be a hero, of course the kids bullied him and all that. Bakugo, of course, especially. When it came to the last day of middle school, Bakugo was more angry than usual and decided to go after Deku. He decides to whine more than payback for what he did earlier because he felt like he disrespected him. So Deku is running away from Bakugo. Why don't you just leave me alone? Get back over here, Deku! As he rushes over with the explosion in his hand, as he manages to evade as Bakugo hits a sign, to where the store owner comes out and scolds him, while Deku manages to get away. Well, he heads into the forest. Oh, finally I can rest. As he's tired and all that, exhausted, you would say. As he just lays there. For a moment, until he hears something. This way. This way. As he's like, what was that? He starts to walk around, wondering what was that? What was the voice he was hearing? Saying, come this way. As he finds an old place, old ruins. What is this place? It looks old and abandoned. Did this place belong to some nobles back in the day? As Deku pulls out his book, and he had also brought a historical book, so he's trying to remember where he had seen it. Aha, this was owned by... It doesn't say. These must be older than the book. I wonder how old these are. As he starts admiring the place, looking around. He's admiring the structure. I wonder who could have built this. It must have taken them a long time. I wonder how it ended up like this. Maybe a villain attack? As he's contemplating all these ideas in his mind, he does not notice the shadowy figure watching him in the distance. Yes, go inside, the shadowy figure says. As Deku starts to move inside. But before he does, he admires the door and all that. Looking around. As he thought he sees someone in the shadows. But he shrugs it off, saying it's nothing. As he walks in. Ooh, this place even is more majestic inside. Now I wonder if I could find anything about this. Now he starts reading some text he finds on the wall. This one, as he starts to decipher it, this was once the place of the darkness, also ruled by a king. The king's name is shrugged off, erased, as it was broken and shattered, so the text was incomplete. By a king? Darkness? These texts look old, like maybe 100 or more. Could be even 1,000. This is really old. How is this place still standing? As he starts to admire and look around even more, I wonder what type of secrets this place holds. As then he knows something in the distance, as it's King Sombra's outfit. Relics? I thought this place would be taken to a museum. As Deku makes his way over. As he looks at them, there's a name engraved in the crown. Sombra? Wait, is that the name of the person in the inscription? King Sombra? As he goes to touch it, he feels a strange feeling and turns around. I must be imagining things. As he turns back towards as he touches it, as his eyes glow green, as he feels someone saying something to him. Yes, put it on. As he has the urge to touch it again. As he touches it, his eyes turn fully green as someone from behind him is speaking. Yes. Welcome, you shall now be my new host. As Deku looks confused. New host? As he looks confused. Why, you will be my new host. After all, I've been reduced to nothing but a shadow after those princesses did to me thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago? He's constantly looking around, trying to find this person. Yes. Celestia, Luna, Cadence, and Twilight. They reduced me to nothing but a shadow. To seal my power away in my mere clothes. Honestly, smart on them, but now that they're all gone, they never thought I would still be around. The shadows are eternal, so there's no getting rid of me. As Deku is still very confused on who he's talking to. Are you King Sombra? Ah, you're smart. That makes things easier. What do you want? Well, you know I already told you you're going to be my host. As Deku refuses, no. It doesn't look like you have a choice. As Sombra looks directly at his eyes turn completely green like in the image. Now quickly, put on the uniform. My clothes. Or my old uniform, to be more precise. As he turns into completely King Sombra. Oh, it's good to be back in having a body. Although I could turn to shadows now. Guarantee I couldn't do this with a person that had a quirk. I guess I got lucky. Since the person with the quirk would most likely die if I took possession. But he happens to be the perfect fit. I've been asleep for far too long. It's about time I take control of this new era. Lead it into a new age. And I, as its king, its ruler, King Sombra. As someone approaches behind him. It seems you've returned, Master. Woolram, I thought you were long gone. No, Master. I cast an eternal sleep spell on myself. To wait for your reawakening, sir. Woolram, it's glad to see my lieutenant. As this is where I go into a fictional thing. So in my lore, he is a subordinate of King Sombra from where he was banished 1,000 years ago, to where he had fell into a deep slumber to wait for King Sombra's return. But he overslept and now has waited until he woke up in this era. Well, it's good to see you awake. I also have another person with me. His name is Sleep, someone I brought on while I waited for your reawakening. Before I fell asleep. As Sleep is like, yep. He looks really tired. That's his name, Sleep, but he does have some very interesting abilities, King Sombra. As long as he can be put to good use. Why, of course, my liege. Well, it's good to be free after, what, how many thousands of years has it been? By my calculations, it's probably been at least 2,000 or 3,000 years since your last slumber. Ah, so that means I've been pretty much sealed away for 4,000 years. In total, pretty much, sir. Those princesses, they must be all dead by now. Doubt they could live this long. Hopefully they are, sir. Because if they were still alive, I would tear them to shreds. I have full confidence that you could, sir. Now, I do have one thing to say, as I'm glad that you're reawakened, but I must inform you about this era. Yes. Woolram, tell me, what's this new era hold? why this new era holds a group of heroes and villains. They mostly rule the society, from the looks of it at least. I see. But by the looks of it, we should be able to take them over, if we have our full army awakened. Did you put the whole army to sleep? I'm afraid not, sir. It was only us two that managed to go to slumber for this long. The rest had died in the sleep process. I guess I'll have to rebuild my forces from scratch. That's no matter. Is there anyone in this era that has a chance of defeating me? The only person I could think of this era is not even in this country. Good. That means I only have one threat. As Sleep speaks up, Sir, I do have some information for you. And what is that? Well, there was the rumors of some artifacts from your castle being taken. I cannot confirm if some of them are missing or not. I haven't checked myself. I have been too busy, as he yawns. Sleeping, sir. Retrieve whatever artifacts may have been fallen into anyone else's hands. They may be low-level artifacts, but they will still grant power. Yes, sir, we will retrieve these artifacts. As King Sombra goes to the throne, as both his guards stand there. The new era is looking more powerful than I thought. But they stand no chance against my might. They shall not stand a chance against you, sir. Good. Now go retrieve those artifacts. Yes, sir, as both of them leave. Now how to rebuild my army. As a cloud of smoke appears behind him. More further up. You know what, I should rest. What am I talking about? I've been asleep for at least 3,000 years. I should be awake, not to try to think of slumbering at this hour. As he looks over. No one has noticed my resurrection, or awakening, which is good. That means I can take control of them, as soon as my strength and my forces have rekindled from their slumber. But for now, I will sit and wait. The waiting game is how things will play out for now. And I hope y'all enjoyed part 1 of What If Deku was King Sombra. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this part. I loved it. And make sure to like and subscribe.